Nigerians, you are welcome again to Hope Alive on top Obidati Family TV. Today in another new day, and we don't come again. You are very, very, very welcome. So we don't hear say INEC Council, Labour Party Council, Labour Party lawyers, they don't come out, come talk say INEC where they talk say they never dey ready to pay that 1.5 million naira. You know, say initially INEC requested 1.5 million naira from Labour Party before they go give them those documents where then they find. Now Labour Party come they talk say they don't write letter give INEC like 5 times, write letter 5 times, give INEC. They even talk say INEC received those letters and they even sign them. So why INEC go come out? They talk say Labour Party never dey ready to pay them that money. And they even talk say as they give them some of those documents where they ask for Rivers State will get 23 local governments, they only give them 15 results out of the 23. They come they ask waiting do the remaining 8 where INEC never give them. So now waiting we they hear, now waiting we they see. And again, it gets some reports where we they see from where we they get from Anambra State. Say like 150 ad hoc staff will work for INEC during this last presidential election for 25th February. Say they never even pay them their allowance. Now these people can't carry placards, carry carbon paper, carry everything. They go for INEC office for Anambra State. Come they protest, say INEC pay us our money now. Should be after laborers work, you go give us our money. We can't they wonder waiting make INEC collect 300 billion naira for this election, and they no even fee pay staff will work for them for this election. Waiting they carry that money do. Because we will see some certain places during that day of election where they no get ballot paper, they no get ink for thumb printing, they no get certain things. So waiting that money take do, I be they use and buy ballot box, they use and buy plastic box, I be waiting. Now waiting we they see, and these people come they protest, say make INEC pay them, say person we don't work suppose get him pay. And again, the US White House, their blog, they release a list of delegates we go attend this 29th inauguration where they come. So we can't they wonder whether the United States of America they work hand in hand with APC. I mean they won't help us put person will be drug dealer, person will commit perjury, person will commit so many offenses. They won't put that person as president. Why did they appoint delegates we go attend? Now be say they in support of this thing where they happen. So now all these things and many other issues we go chook mouth for inside this matter today. And my name na Peace Obiekwe. And Mr. Kanu dey here with me.
Yeah, Peace. You don't talk and well as we take the start. Our people, on a welcome to a new day. Greetings to all. So on a good morning, afternoon, and evening, depending on where on a day. Today program where we won't hold. As on a see as the team take the start. For me, Supreme Court done they set to annul this declaration of Ahmed Bola Tinubu as the president-elect of Nigeria. Supreme Court is set, and we'll show you why. Notwithstanding the body language of the judiciary where they pain us waiting happen for election tribunal, better news they come, because even people will be saying they work with Bola Ahmed Tinubu even before the election. Then talk say, if to become president, you must have Abuja 25%. You not even get 20. Now for their mouth, we hear them. But he gets person will be say, he talk something where they sweet me. He explain this constitution. See that section 134, where then everybody they touch, they go. Everybody they touch, they go. He say no before there the whole talk starts. He start the talk from where the constitution start to the talk about local governments, how states themselves take form. He explain all these things. Even talk say if you look at Abuja, you no get local government. Now area council now in them get everything where you suppose it break them down one by one. Even as you know talk say make them annul the election, he don't talk am as the thing take be. He say that and where then they talk, say nothing no be any issue. He no dey ambiguous and no be word wey be say person even person wey dey primary school no go understand. Make I tell una before I revert to Dr. Ete wey dey join us for Zoom. E get something when I wan tell una wey be say whether we no understand am well or they no explain am well. Why be say for this country wey be say we dem talk say we reach like 200 million people. Now we fit get for this country up to 100,000 PhD holders. People wey be say then that is dem break this pen well. Wetin be the trouble wey dem wan interpret, wey dem wan look? All these people wey dey for Supreme Court na professors at law. People wey be say they know am well. They know pass us. We no even go school for where dem dey. But wetin? Then they drag wetin and mean for constitution. And in a country with over 100,000 PhD holders. See if make I Dr. Talbot, sorry sir I never welcome you to the show. I beg make you greet our people, make we for continue.
My people, I greet to today, another wonderful day. God bless everybody. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Etel. Now, you see, Dr. Etel, I won't bring this thing as a thing take the pen me. In seeking admission into a university, after scoring about 200, universities will tell you that you must get at least 5 credits before you get admitted. This credit scores must be in at least 3 subjects related to your intended course of study, and the mathematics plus English language. This one day for everybody will be say even try enter school, because I know say majority of Nigeria at least them break even go school. This simply applies that even if you get 8 A's in all other subjects, but you get D or E or F in mathematics and English language, no university go carry you, say then they give you admission. And we get learned Nigerians, they argue about wetin happen with Abuja. How Professor Mahmoud Yakub no know wetin be and he no know wetin be and. You see, make I even change them for another word for the purposes of our people where they talk now for chat section. For exam, if the instruction talk say answer 3 questions in section A and the question in section B, if you answer all the 6 questions in section A but you did not answer the question in section B, which carries 60% of the total mark, will you score more than 40 in that examination? But 100,000 PhD professors of law are arguing about and. Make I even tell you, Dr. Etel, and people where they listen to us, if you know Turkey, this country where their capital be, I think, whether na Istanbul or something, then just do their election. Person will be saying be president for that very place, you know, win outrightly. Now then they talk of runoff, now they won run. Producer, if you project them for me, make our people see the place where they talk. That's Turkey, no be Turkmenistan, you know. So, if such all these things where they talk about constitution, e dey for almost all the whole countries of the world. That man, the name na Erdogan, you know, and the man will be saying the follow him, I think na Kemal. If you see waiting, the other one get 25.8 million votes. The other one get 23.3 million votes. Still, then they for runoff as we dey talk. But this one for Nigeria, then talk say na for one place and say you must get FCT. And 100,000 PhD holders and professors of law are debating what is "and" in the Constitution. Now, I guess one video where we say you go break your ground before you talk now, Dr. Etel. This former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Andoaka, he explained this thing in a way where we say he go dey plain. He explained them in a way where we say you go know say this inauguration where they won't do, now party they just won't go do. The main inauguration, they come. Make we listen to what in talk. In break them down one by one. Local government, states, and all that. Take a listen.
Very much. I have spoken so much about this and I wouldn't want to be personal. But I wish to draw the attention to the reading of a document, the requirement of a law. The Constitution is a document, and for you to get the true intention of a particular provision of the Constitution, for instance, Section 134, subsection 2, you have to read the entire Constitution in reference to other provisions of the Constitution. That is where you will get the true meaning. Today, I don't want to specifically talk about Section 134, subsection 2, but to give you other background provisions that if you want to construe that provision, you must also have to look at them to give you what you are looking for. First, let's look at the Constitution itself, Section 1 and 2. And Section 1 said Nigeria should be a federation consisting of the state and the federal capital. That is the beginning. Should be a federation consisting of states and federal capital. That and appeared there. If you go back to the sections, Section 3 of the Constitution, it went ahead to list the 36 states of the Federation by name. From there up to Section 6 of the Constitution, you will discover that what is local government is specified, what is area council is specified, the area of the states are defined in the schedule, the area of the federal capital territory is defined in the schedule. So you will know that there's no mix-up of what is federal capital or what is state, because they are specifically mentioned, and the rules of interpretation is that what is specifically mentioned in the Constitution or in a document, what is not mentioned is excluded. So if you look at it, the states are well defined, their territorial area well defined, even their capitals are well defined. If you come to the issue of the federal local governments contained in all the states well defined, and then the Constitution does not pretend in federal capital to say they have a local government, say they have 6 area councils, specifically defined in the second schedule of what is the federal capital. Then if you go back to Section 133B of the Constitution, which deals with presidential election, which comes before Section 134, you will see that a person who is a single candidate at the election is still stipulated to win 25% in 2/3 of all the states and federal capital. And it goes to say that if somebody is not elected in accordance with the Constitution, fresh nomination should be. That one has gone further, not talk of fresh election. It says fresh nomination should be taken. That is how serious it is. If you marry that provisions, you'll be able to arrive at the true intention of Section 134, subsection 2. You must look at Section 133. Because the person is just a single candidate. Yet the stipulations say you must get 2/3 of yes or no in the 2/3 of the 36 states of the Federation and federal capital. And if he is not elected, there's no winner in accordance with the provisions of Section 133, fresh nomination, not election, fresh nomination should be conducted. That is in the case of a single candidate. So when you come to 134, which deals with multiple candidates, 2 or more candidates, the procedure is almost the same. And came again. Where it's being argued, maybe rightly or wrongly, that Section 299 makes the federal capital a state. I'm afraid where something is specifically mentioned, where defined, I don't think importation of that kind of interpretation may be appropriate. But that is still left to be resolved by the ASCO. But assuming you don't look at that, 299, and equate it, you will see the special nature of the federal character, because there is also specified that the president should act as if he's a governor. And therefore, one may be tempted as the federal capital is created, given a special nature. And if you look at it literally, if he's deemed to be a governor, Section 176 subsection 2 of the requirements of winning 2/3 must have applied. But here the Constitution stipulated that it should only be 25%. I thought that is the more proper consideration, because if you are saying it's a state, then the issue of requirement of winning to the federal capital by 2/3 as specified in the governorship election will arise. But I don't think that's what is the import of the Constitution. But so much has been said, has been repeated about this. I just drew the attention to the other sections of the Constitution that can give more light, because the interpretation rules say make reference to other relevant provisions of the Constitution for clarity. And again says you should read the whole documents as a whole. Section 299 appear to be more consonant with the administrative procedure, which gives the state, the federal capital, the power to the president as if he's a governor to administer the federal capital, and the National Assembly as if it's a house of assembly to make laws for the federal capital. That is my understanding of it. But it has generated so much, the judges will say.
So, Dr. Etel, I'm coming over to you now. You can hear this man clearly explaining different sections that particular constitution, that section that talks about this, that's 134, it make reference to these places, and all of them are running away from that. Now, more annoying in all this is that those arguing stupidly are the educated Nigerians because of their immense selfish desires. Why are educated Nigerians in thousands arguing about the word "and" in the Constitution? Over to you. You have the mic.
Well, if I may start from where you left off, I'd say that it's expected. A court exists, and we know that whenever a case comes to the court, there is always someone who is guilty and someone who is innocent. But they do have their lawyers to come and argue their case, and those lawyers are called learned. So if you say that learned Nigerians are arguing, they're only doing what learned people do, to banter, to argue for and against a particular issue. That brings me to a statement someone said. I can't remember who made that quote, but it says, and I quote, that the prosecution knows the truth. The defense team knows the truth. That whenever a court case is existing, it's actually the judge that is on trial. I have been saying it in this space countless times, that our judiciary is on trial. Our judiciary has determined the stability, the integrity of our elections since 1963 till date. I read it in historical perspective, what happened in 1979, how the definition of two-thirds and all this same kind of thing became an issue in 1979. People who were offended or people who felt they were victorious in 1979 felt, in whichever way they did, by virtue of the declaration of our judiciary. People who have been stuffing ballots since 1963 or 1959, as the case may be, until date in Nigeria, are doing it because the judiciary have been acting in a way that suggests an endorsement to such kind of brass and crude intrusion and abuse of our electoral process. This is a golden opportunity. This particular dispensation of our electoral process is a golden opportunity for one, for Nigeria to bounce back in the Committee of Nations as a country that is ready to compete favorably, especially when it comes to democratic tenets. Secondly, it is also a time to push back on fraudulent politicians and deter them so that they cannot continue in these corrupt practices. In any way you look at it, the bulk is on the desk of the judiciary. The judiciary can choose to take their gavel and hit it and beat back these thieves that are robbing us of our sanity, of our independence, of our democracy in Nigeria. Or they may give them a leeway once again to continue to perpetuate this corruption and put us in the same rat race. If you listen to this gentleman, the former honorable minister, you see that he started by saying that a constitution, just like any other document, does not stand in isolation. He started from the beginning. Anywhere the federal capital is mentioned, there is always a special attachment to how you treat and to how you analyze issue regarding to federal capital territory, Abuja. They don't call them local government. They call what is happening there as something areas. What was it again? Forgotten. I will remember. And now, a certain time comes when, if you are to look at the governor of Abuja, you see president as the governor of Abuja. If you are to look at the House of Assembly of Abuja, you see the National Assembly as the House of Assembly of Abuja. They have only one senator in that place. Area council, yes, area council. So the Abuja is a special status city in Nigeria, and the Constitution recognizes it without mincing words. And so the question is this: will the judiciary interpret this to mean that the vote that comes from the FCT is meaningless? No, I don't think they should look at it that way. But what the Constitution is saying is that you must not win the federal capital territory vote. You must not be the winner of the vote cast in that place. But you must get a substantial number of votes in that place to show that if you're going to be a governor in that place now, which is the president, if you're going to be a governor of that place, you would have gotten a sizable number of votes to show that you too know the people there, some people there believe in you. And they say, just take 25 percentile, just get 25% there. Don't even fight to get 50%, 30%, or 40%, or 50%. What are we arguing here? It is in plain sight there. In America, there are like the runoff they had in Georgia, in America, between the Democrat and the Republican. The reason is because the person who won the first ballot did not win the majority of the vote, which is 50% plus something, at least 50% plus 0.1. And they had to do an election again. Currently in Turkey, as you're saying, the sitting president got 49.5 something. If you look at it, if you say, let us approximate, you say that the fraction is more than 0.5. So they should approximate it and make it 50%. But the electoral commission body there cancel the election and there is a runoff. And why are we beating about the bush? We are beating about the bush because the judges need to be tried. The APC knows the truth, PDP knows the truth, and Labour Party knows the truth. Many Nigerians know the truth. It's the judges that will stand out and tell us that they too know the truth and they will stand by the truth without pleasing anybody. Everything this man mentioned is as simple as ABCD. Like you said, let me ask, is there anybody in Nigeria that read electronic engineering or chemical engineering that did not get physics in WAEC? Even if you get other courses, if you don't get physics and maths, you can never read an engineering course in Nigeria. Is there anybody who read medical science in Nigeria? You're a doctor, you're a pharmacist, you're a medical whatever, without getting biology. Even if you get other courses, without getting biology, you will go back to rewrite your WAEC. Is there anybody in Nigeria who get admission in any tertiary institution in Nigeria who did not get credit in English? If you didn't get credit in English, even if you get every other courses A in WAEC without English, you cannot gain admission in any tertiary institution in Nigeria. That kind of concept had always existed, and we know it. So I sincerely do not understand why we shouldn't, why the nation, I know that constitutionally, until the court rules, they can go ahead and inaugurate. But I see it as a waste of Nigerian resources to start all this inauguration, all these diplomats they will bring, and all the expenses, when in plain sight, it is obvious that nobody, this particular declaration by INEC as it stands, shouldn't hold. And INEC chairman knew, the former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Olisa Bakoba, he raised this question before election. He wrote INEC and said, INEC, what is your position on the 25% of Abuja, on the vote in Abuja? INEC kept quiet. Why, if INEC had gone to Supreme Court and said, please, we don't understand how you people want to interpret this. Tell us what is your position so we can tell the electorate. It would have solved this problem. But as I have said in this space before, the INEC chairman knew the truth. He kept it to himself and he decided on what to do. And he did what he wanted to do and told us to go to court. And now, why I said that the judiciary is on trial is because if they had told us to go to court out of impunity, may the judiciary not endorse that impunity. It is not the right thing. That is my take.
Thank you very much. I think you don't even speak my mind. All the thing when I want to talk. But he gets one, I think Pharaoh Timi, he says that truth dies in darkness. That truth dies in darkness. After watching what happened, that INEC and APC opposed that live stream, he says that truth dies in darkness. In as much as the live broadcast will not add anything to the court or might even show, say, some judges, they sleep. They know what made them show the drama where they happen for the court. They know what make we begin to talk about them. It's waiting I feel see there. But anyway, before we go on to the next thing where we want, I won't make you hear as this Delefaro Timi as he take talk because that in word it touched me. Truth dies in darkness. Let's hear what he said about this.
About INEC and the APC opposing the broadcast of the presidential election.
What do you expect?
And you yourself said you'll be shocked.
Look, let's be clear. Truth dies in darkness. Let me repeat myself. Truth dies in darkness. If you broadcast the tribunal's proceeding, INEC and the APC and multiple agencies of this fraudulent government will be exposed for what they are. They've done all their shenanigans, had their circuses, had their orchestra. We're now on the home run, where the tires hit the road. And what you're saying is that INEC, the APC, will do everything they can to make sure Nigerians don't see the truth, or at least, as best as possible, veil it. If you're seeing it live, it becomes difficult to distract the people with all the many shenanigans they will bring, because they will be throwing maximum distractions at the people instead of allowing them to see the evidence that will be coming out of the court. So take it for granted that the APC, INEC would do everything to fight against it. Whether the tribunal would elect to allow itself to become a force for good, or whether it would allow itself to be forced to become complicit in a crime against the Nigerian people, is entirely up to it. But even if it rules against allowing cameras, I would not hold that against the tribunal or deem that a sign of its partiality in one way or the other, because the truth is, it is not something that had been allowed in our courts, but that is not to suggest that it is not desirable. It's done all over the world. Kenya did it.
So, Dr. Etel, you don't hear truth dies in darkness. And talking about the truth and lies, did you realize that Labour Party and P2B's lawyers said yesterday on their press briefing after the court that they had the other day that the information, the documents that they have gotten from INEC has not been as many as it should, and they laid an example of Rivers State, that they were only able to provide them with 15 local governments results. And you know, in Rivers State we have 23 local governments. Then 3 months after election, INEC has not been able to reconcile the results that they gave out, that they declared, and made somebody a president-elect. That's, as a matter of fact, before you talk, make you hear wetin that lawyer talk about this very particular documents not given by INEC.
The court has a discretion to reduce the hearing, the period of hearing as presented in the Electoral Act. And that's what I've done, because if we are to be given our 7 weeks, it means that our petition will not expire. And that will not be in our own interest. So what we have to do is to do case management. Call witnesses that are very material, that will enable us establish that what INEC did is very, very unfortunate. And we believe that within the period allocated to us, we should be able to establish that. Notwithstanding that up to this moment, they are yet to give us all the documents we require. I continue to ask, why is INEC behaving in this way and manner? What are they hiding? What are they hiding? They are supposed to be neutral. But they are behaving as if INEC is a candidate in its own election. This should never be so. And that is, Nigeria is the only country where you find something like this. There's no other country confusing the people. We at no time did we say we cannot pay. We have letters. I forgot to bring it to you, gentlemen of the press, today. 5 letters we wrote them, indicating that we are ready to pay, to collect the documents. When I'm coming here some other time, I will bring the letters duly received and endorsed by INEC. Why are they telling lies to say that we couldn't pay? This is very, very, very unfortunate. What of the documents that we have collected? Did we pay for them? Of course we paid for them. And they gave us those ones. but refused to give us orders. I give you River State, for example. Now, River State, I understand, has 23 local governments. Election took place on 25th of February. Now, a few days ago, when they gave us 15 results, they are yet to complete the results. Close to 3 months since after the election. You can find out. Why are they holding on to those results? Is it not for manipulation? Of course it's for manipulation. When they are done with manipulation, they will not release them. If they have nothing to hide, why not release all the results? Why not release them? Even 1 month after the election. Why is it so difficult for INEC to release the results rather than playing one prank or the other? You know, until we get into trial, we are going to expose them. We will certainly expose them. And I assure you this trial will be, the advocacy will be very robust. We will expose them. We will expose them. There's no hiding place. I assure you.
My people, when I see truth dies in darkness. When then they talk, say, make Labour Party pay 1.5 million, they talk that time. How much they even the SAN themselves then get the money to pay, no be the issue. INEC no get the result where they announce. After 3 months, they talk say how many letters where they don't write. For River State alone, now then first they bring the issue. 15 local governments out of 23 local governments. What are they hiding? Dr. Tell, you don't hear from the lawyers as they explain these things, make Nigerians for the understand, say, the way they hear they too much. Supreme Court must annul this very election that is announced. Please give me your take on this lawyers saying that it's only 15 local governments. As you know, 2 months ago, we documented River State and brought out the results for 23 local governments that is on the IREF. What is available on the IREF? But INEC that conducted the election has not been able to do what to bring the result out, a result they announced. Dr. Tal, you have the mic.
Coming this way. Nigerians, listeners, please, I hope you know that any result uploaded, can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can.
Any result uploaded on the IREF was done by INEC. The question is this, like the gentleman, the counsel to LP said, if there is nothing that they are hiding since 25th day of February, even though the Constitution and the electoral law in particular, mandates that before a result is announced, that result must be physically available in the hand of the returning officer and electronically available in the IREV before you announce it. So to start with, the INEC chairman has breached the electoral law by announcing the result that was not available. That in itself nullifies this election. It's a simple, straightforward thing. That's number one. Number two, INEC do not have the result that they announced. In Rivers State, for instance, like they mentioned as a case, according to the lawyer, which everybody will corroborate, they have not been able to release this result to the lawyers. Remember that court had given them the mandate to release those documents, the same tribunal, the same presidential petition electoral, the same court that is trying this case. So this is a contempt of court. Secondly, this is a contempt of court. INEC chairman, you breached the electoral law by announcing the result you don't have. Secondly, you have refused to release to petitioners the document that the court mandated you to release. That should be a contempt of the court. And thirdly, like the lawyer said, I am sure they have hired graphic designers. They have hired them to manipulate this document. There is even a possibility they have already hired those who fake the stamp, fake the signatures of people, and fake the result sheets. That's what they are working on. And then they will come and dump it on the court. Some time ago on this space, we asked, what will the judiciary do with a tainted result? Things before the governorship election, since before the 11th of March, before they said they were going to reconfigure the IREV, the court had mandated them to release certified true copy of this document. The lawyer has said they have written them more than 5 times. March to the whole of March, the whole of May, and almost the whole of March, the whole of April, and almost the whole of May, going to about 90 days now. INEC still could not produce evidence of what compelled them to announce the result. They still cannot make available for the courts, for the petitioners, documents they relied on to announce the result. And we are going to court. What are we in court to do? Anyway, let me assume that our judiciary knows what to do. That court is just an official place for them to cancel this whole nonsense that INEC has done. And while they are canceling it, they will now also look at other cases, because as it stands, it does not look like APC candidates were qualified to stand the election in the first place. So when they cancel the election, they will eliminate the APC, and then they will look at the relevant sections of the Constitution to know whether LP should be declared as they have prayed, or asked to go back for a runoff as they have prayed in their alternate prayers. But head or tail, APC by law, based on what we know in our Constitution and what we know in the Electoral Act, it's no longer an equation that should be existing in our presidential electoral process. They have shot themselves in the leg. They are no longer supposed to be here. But INEC is still fighting to force down our truth, to impose on us a party that the electorate said that they are not interested in having. INEC is still imposing on us a party that even disqualified themselves. It's a shameful thing, to be honest. I don't know what Mahmoud stands to benefit in all these things. Isn't this man supposed to be a father or a grandfather? What will his children and grandchildren say of him when they come to his gravestone much later in life? Would they say granddad or daddy did us proud, or that he was an embarrassment to a nation? Just that one opportunity entrusted on him to deliver his country, and he threw it to the winds. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Is Dr. Talbot, is this INEC chairman bigger than the law? Is he bigger than the courts, or even bigger than Nigeria as a whole? Because I still don't understand why he's working free without anything being done to him. You neglected the law, you neglected constitution, you neglected even the electoral acts that you made available by yourself, and you still disobeying the courts, and nothing has been done about it. And you are still trying to impose a leader on us, because everybody knows nobody voted for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Nobody voted for him. Now, this man, INEC imposed president-elect, Abi APC. I don't even understand. Nobody voted for him. Now, wait till make them, they do all this damage control or whatever they are trying to do. Because for Twitter, you go see Nigerians where they make comments about receiving certain text messages from Presidential Transition Council, PTC. Even I personally, I don't receive those messages from my phone. They go tell you, say, the inauguration is coming, that Nigerians, you people should support the new government, do this one, do that one. If Nigerians voted for you, you don't have any reason to come and start imploring them to support you, because now they vote for you. You don't have to ask them. They know that they voted for you. They know that they want to support you, but you are trying to beg. Is it that they are trying to calm Nigerians down, or they are trying to make everything better? Because you know, get as you go take day better from this moment on. Now, my only prayer be say judiciary go just do the right thing, because I even see for Twitter one person wey post one lady Oluchi wey post talk say her team wey go video some certain things for court, say one court officer tell am say make they delete everything wey they video for their phone. Like, Nigerians no even get right again to enter court wey be public place, go video the proceedings, everything wey dey happen, matter wey concern everybody. No be saying na hidden something or something where they try and make people know. Now, matter of national importance, but they no even allow make we self enter there, go they see this thing. Even the chief justice for waiting, they even they talk for the court that day, they talk say even if they allow live streaming, it takes a lot of budgeting, it takes a lot of planning. I know say, and I dey very sure say it gets some media houses where no go even mind say they no pay them anything, but they go enter there, cover everything where they happen for that place. But see, as we dey for this country, I don't know if now like this we go take move forward if things they go on like this. The thing just the matter plenty, and it dey very, very touching.
My sister, as you said, don't we have rule of law in this country? Well, I don't talk for the time where we'll start now. Say, no be na judiciary they on trial. Now judiciary they on trial because they know waiting be the truth. Secondly, you say why Mahmoud de Waka still the Waka for the street of Nigeria? Because he worked for his paymasters. You know here, Reno Omokri talk for this day newspaper. Say all the top staff, the top echelon of staff, say they are subsidiary of APC. Now APC, they have them on retainership. You know, hear him? So he worked for his master. And this APC, now then the government. The APC, now then they control police. Now then they control the Attorney General of the Federation. Now them appoint him. Now Attorney General of the Federation go raise him because it is within the jurisdiction of the FCT, where the president is like the governor. And the Attorney General of the Federation is like the Commissioner of Justice in Abuja. And the jurisdiction where this thing happened, now for Abuja, now you suppose invite the police. Now you suppose police suppose do their job because all of them are hand in glove in this same thing. That is why they are looking us Nigerians in the face and they're telling us go to court. The same court where even Reno 2 talk say, that one is also an extension of the enforcement agency of APC. So I pray that the court proves themselves otherwise, that they are not an enforcement agency of APC. I pray that judiciary will make Reno Omokri a liar, that they are independent, they know the right thing, and they will do the right thing. Because as it stands now, Nigeria is just a charade, to be honest. The way things are going. Look at small countries. Look at Ghana. Look at Kenya. Look at small countries around the world. They go just do their own thing smooth. You go work at the past. When it comes for our own, we claim say we know. But when it reach for the team where people where sabi they do, now there we go come after the whole thing. Which kind of thing be this? They know the right thing. They just don't want to do the right thing. And as I said, the judiciary has set the tone of this whole manipulation because their proclamations and their judgment have either encouraged this fraudulent electoral practice or given it some kind of energy. But this time around, they can stop it. They will not just stop it if they make a right move, but they will also promote Nigeria, the image of Nigeria in the Committee of Nations. Judiciary has the singular privilege now to make Nigeria once again the giant of Africa. They can shake the table and say, we will not allow impunity to reign in this country. And you will see investors, other countries, they will rally. Just like when Jonathan said, well, if I am voted out, I will go back to 2OK. You see how Naira appreciated in that few weeks when Jonathan left, before APC start messing up and Naira start crashing. From below 200 Naira for $1 where Jonathan handed over to them. How much are we buying a dollar today? We are buying a dollar almost 800 Naira.
almost 800 naira in Nigeria. It's like every year, naira is losing by 100. If they give them 200 naira for $1 in 2015, within 8 years, it has gone to 800. And this, okay, just make we ask ourselves the truth. Which kind country, which kind citizens go vote a party that made them a slave for 8 years? Which kind voters will vote a country that made that over 46,000 people died under this particular administration in insecurity? How much people they earn for 2015? So there is even no moral ground for this party to be campaigning or to even come and say we won an election, if not because they have the gun of the gun of the military, the boot of the police, and everything under their control.
Dr. Etel, as they take the pain you now, so the team they take the hammer me. You get somebody way there for this our space. It just the talk. It be like saying a Baptist be, and just they ask one kind questions. We be say understand Nigeria and the politics where they go on in Nigeria, and this 25% requirement where would they talk. I suggest say make you go check section 134 of the Nigerian Constitution as amended. And again, I suggest he check the sections that the former Attorney General of the Federation, Andoaka, what he said. And for those people who are making comments that has to deal with their DSS is trying to arrest people because they don't, their opinion is against Bola Tinubu. Nigeria is a country of law, and people are entitled to their opinion. And if I don't like what happened or transpired on the 25th of February 2023, I am to come out and say it. People have said worse things on national television. I know Osibanjo did one and said he's going to create a parallel government. We know when he did that. We know when Lai Mohammed also said that if Jonathan has said that time that if they did not hand over to them, even when they have not conducted election, if the APC did not win, that they are going to create a parallel government. But nobody did all of these things now. We keep going by peace. We keep bringing out the Constitution, the requirement of the law, before any pronouncement should be made. So you out there who is making comments that is capable of inciting people, please stop it. And I also know about people who are advocating for Nigeria's for proper things to be done in Nigeria. And I think is it Vote Must Count International? They have their own views. They have their own understanding of how things also should work in Nigeria. Make I not even take the amount to call. I do no one play the video of waiting them talk last time where they come out for national TV. But because of the comment where this person they make, I won't make him hear their own. People get vexed, they catch some people. And people they talk how it beat them, how they talk them for heart. So if you talk your own, but if you talk that one for your space, for this space, now a new Nigeria is possible. That is what we are talking about here. Let's take a listen.
United and peaceful should go and arrest people who are talking from the two sides of their mouth, like Nasir El-Rufai, Yenson Wike, or MC Olomo, Ahmed Bola Tinubu himself, and Femi Fani-Kayode, and the baby minister called Festus Keyamo. Those are the people that should be arrested. Those are the people that should be called to order, because their voice right now is causing chaos across the polity. And if we don't speak, it will continue. We were in this country in 2011 and 2015 when President Muhammadu Buhari himself made statements backed by the APC that they will form a parallel government. Our own parallel government we are forming is not a treasonable offense. It is a decision to disagree with whatever decision this President Muhammadu Buhari's administration will take come May 29. If they are in one side forming their government of Ahmed Bola Tinubu as president, we will be in the other side forming a government that will declare a winner for 2023 presidential election, which we already have the results. We have the results because we have agents scattered across Nigeria. It's going to be peaceful. We are going to announce the result, announce the winner, and declare the winner our own president. So it will be the president of the Nigerian masses. Because we have totally rejected the result provided by INEC as fake and false. So practically, come May 29, wherever we are going to do it, we are going to declare the winner of the beavers. The winner is presented by the beavers as president of Nigeria, as president of the Nigerian masses. And we will adhere to whatever the law says. It's not treasonable, and the fact remains that the right thing is being done. We are not fighting anybody. We are doing it peacefully. And if the president does not want to give us that request, it's a simple thing. He comes up and says, "My children, as your father, we don't want interim government. This is what we want," and we will obey. But for now, we'll keep demanding, and we'll keep demanding the release of the results given by the beavers that have stated that somebody has won that election, and that election result must be counted. Thank you so much.
So, Dr. Etel, sorry, I was talking that time and you wanted to say something, but by then they had already started playing the video of this of people, whether their vote must count international initiative or something. Their own. I was just trying to react to a comment that I saw from the platform on this piece. And also want to tell them that people have their own opinion, they have their own views. The man that had just made his statement, their own opinion, their own is not Obi Dati family's comment. But I need him to understand that there are people will be say that the thing will happen for Nigeria depend them. Make your own comment brief because our time don't they give us signal make we carry kaya come out for studio.
One talk be say. Even they themselves, when they talk things where they're offensive for for the space here, can get their own rights to make them continue. Everybody now they cannot afford to be saying things that are vile because they think they have the right to say it and say you should stop saying things that are constitutional simply because it offends them. You are saying what is constitutional, like the video you played now. The young man there says, "We are going to do everything within the law." The only thing is that when people don't thief waiting there for your pocket and you want to follow it within the law, it will still not make them happy. Everything we are doing here and everything many people are doing, if people had wanted to go outside of the law, I beg, when I don't remember what happened for 2011 after election, when this current president saying no like the outcome. Can we count the number of people that died? How many coppers that was slaughtered? But since February 25th, we have been peaceful. There had been demonstrations, there have been complaints, there have been this thing, but nobody has died as a result of people saying we didn't like the outcome. We are following the law. The law says INEC give petitioners certified true copy. INEC refuse. And we are still following the law, patiently waiting for them. INEC office is not hidden in heaven. If Labour Party followers are violent, riotous people, INEC office would have been burnt down by now. People would have been dying across Nigeria. But they are praying. They are calling on the name of the Lord. We are following the law, and people are agitated against people who are following the law. When they themselves look at Festus Kayamo, a minister, a city minister, go to Twitter and see what he's writing. You can't believe what he's writing, but nobody can touch him. And then people who are comporting themselves, following the law, trusting that the process will follow through, you're complaining about them. Like the council to the Labour Party said, what are they hiding? What are they hiding? On this note, I'll say my people, now thank you. Now thank you for today. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Teba, for your contribution. And as you take talk, Nigeria, a new dawn is coming. And as soon as don't take care from different sections of the Constitution, where this former Minister of Justice, Federal Republic of Nigeria, as he takes plenum, when I see say Supreme Court, they set to annul this very election. Be assured of that. A new Nigeria is possible. With this one, as I take talk, time don't give us signal, and that signal make we carry our car come out from this studio. As usual, peace where they here, now only once in just the comment. Every time I go to tell and say, in go the news where they around, in go they read them. To follow us, make you chook how much, you go just put once. Time no day again. I see how when she they do me I go talk say our time don't go. Make you greet our people. Make we begin the carry our car come on for studio. Today, tomorrow, and another day.
Thank you, Mr. Kanu. And I beg for the person where they for comment section, they talk all these things where they talk. Just go read the Constitution. If you read them, understand them. I know sure say you go they talk all these things where you they talk. But anyway, my people, we don't come to the end of today's show, and we they say thank you very much for staying with us. You wait there over there, they watch our videos, they comment, they like. We say thank you to you. And for people who never subscribe to the channel, I beg, help us subscribe to the channel, like the video, share, and even comment. Make we hear your thoughts. And hit the notification bell where they beside the subscribe button. So anytime we drop video, you go run, see them before anybody else. And if you still want to follow us for all other social media platforms, we dey everywhere at Obidati Family TV. And the link there below this video. For the description, you go find everything where you they look for. You go even see our dollar accounts, you go see our cash app, you go see our Zelle, you go see our Naira accounts. In case you want to support us financially, you want to show us say we they try and you like what we they do here, I beg, we they really appreciate and we say thank you. May God continue to bless all of una. And tomorrow we go still come back again as they go, as they hot, to share more updates with una. But for now, make una take care. Una bye bye.